Students, in past few lectures, we have learnt about pure horizontal motion. And in case of pure horizontal motion, what did we do? Like a body starting from here, its initial velocity is u. It goes to some particular point, final velocity is v. It has some acceleration a. It has some displacement in time taken t. And this is pure horizontal, where body can move with uniform motion or non-uniform motion. And when we deal with pure horizontal motion, at this particular point, whatever downward acceleration is there, that acceleration is called as acceleration due to gravity. That acceleration is g. It is fixed, which is 10 meter per second square. Similarly, when it is moving on the same horizontal plane, at this point also g value is the same, 10 meter per second square. Therefore, in case of pure horizontal motion, we do not have any effect of acceleration due to gravity. So g effects are neglected in case of pure horizontal motion. In pure horizontal motion, we do not consider effect of acceleration due to gravity, right? Now, whereas in case of vertical motion, what actually happens is a body can be thrown up or a body can fall down freely. A body can be thrown up or a body can fall freely. In such cases, what happens is there is effect of acceleration due to gravity. In this case, g is not same at different heights. Similarly, here also g is not same at different heights. Acceleration due to gravity, as we go to higher altitudes and when we are coming down, its value is not same. Therefore, here you need to consider effects of acceleration of gravity. Okay, so that is what we will be dealing with pure vertical motion here onwards with the effect of acceleration due to gravity. Now, coming to this particular slide, in this slide here, if you are throwing a body, like for example, here is a person. This person is throwing a body, like he is not actually throwing, he is just from this height. This is cliff. Cliff is nothing but a mountain, like highest place. From this cliff, a body is being left over. When it is left over, it is starting from rest position. Its initial velocity is 0 at a time taken 0. But when it is coming downward, what actually happens is, we know that there is earth attract all the masses towards its center. Any object it can be, irrespective of its size and shape, that particular mass will be always attracted by earth towards its center, and that force is nothing but called as gravitational force. Any object it can be, it will be dragged towards the earth surface with some particular acceleration, right? Now, how it is, like for example, this is earth. It is earth. The radius of the earth is capital R. Okay. And I can consider a ball over here. This is ball whose mass is m. Here is a ball. This ball, when you leave it at some particular height from the earth surface, this earth will be pulled in downward direction. Earth is pulled towards the center of the earth. This is called as gravitational pull. This is called as gravitational pull. And this gravitational pull is nothing but force, right? Okay. And this gravitational force F should be equal to ma. Gravitational force F is equal to ma. But this A is only dependent upon Earth's mass. Therefore, this A can be replaced with G, where G is called as acceleration due to gravity. It is called as acceleration due to gravity. And acceleration due to gravity is equal to 9.8 meter per second square on Earth. This is fixed value. This is acceleration due to gravity on Earth. Similarly, acceleration due to gravity is equal to 1.67 meter per second square on Moon. Right? So therefore, planet to planet acceleration due to gravity varies. From one planet to another planet, acceleration due to gravity changes. Therefore, the pull of that particular planet depends upon G value. Now coming to the Earth surface, all bodies which are left over from surface of the Earth, they are being pulled towards the center of Earth. It is because of gravitational force. And because of that force, there comes an acceleration for that body. And that acceleration is called as acceleration due to gravity. And that acceleration due to gravity is fixed value on the surface of the Earth. It is 9.8 meter per second square. Whereas coming to different planets, it will be varied from planet to planet. And in this case, as this person is leaving a ball starting from this position, initial velocity is 0. As it is being pulled downward towards the surface of the Earth, there is gravitational force acting over here, which is equal to mg, where g is acceleration due to gravity. This body falls with acceleration. So when a body is being left freely, or when your body is being thrown up, that body is under the effect of gravitational force. Therefore, you need to consider acceleration due to gravity. So acceleration due to gravity value, it is denoted always with G, and it is fixed value 9.8 meter per second square, and that is downward. Because all bodies are pulled towards the center of the Earth, it is always downward. That is about acceleration due to gravity. But when we deal with acceleration due to gravity, we have different cases where body can be falling down freely or body can be thrown up. Body falling down freely or body thrown up vertically. So in case of pure vertical motion, we have two cases again. Here is case 1, where body is falling down freely, and in case 2, body is being thrown up vertically. First, we shall learn what happens in case of body falling down freely, and then we will continue with body thrown up vertically. Now, for example, you have Earth here. This is Earth. Its radius is r. Its mass is m. Now you are leaving one body of mass m here. Okay. Anywhere you can leave it on the surface of the Earth. Definitely it will be pulled towards the center, and therefore there is downward acceleration. And as it is being pulled downward, acceleration, it is vector quantity. It is in downward direction. Okay. Now motion of the body is downward, acceleration is also downward. Therefore, velocity of the body increases with respect to time. So point number 1, here you need to remember that motion of body, motion and acceleration both are in same direction. Therefore, velocity increases with time. So remember, when you are dealing with your body which is being left over on the surface of the earth, as acceleration, because earth pulls that body in downward direction, therefore its velocity goes on increases with respect to time. Velocity increases, right? This is one important thing you should remember. So acceleration due to gravity, it is downward. Motion of the body is also downward. Velocity and acceleration both are in the same direction. Therefore velocity increases. So V bar, A bar are in same direction. So coming from top to bottom, velocity goes on increases when you leave that body at that particular position. Coming to the next case, body thrown up vertically. Like for example, you have, this is earth surface and it is radius r, and you are throwing an object from the surface of the earth. This is mass m. You are throwing it vertically upward, and acceleration is fixed always, it will be downward direction. G is downward. Even though this body is being thrown up, body is going in which direction? Upward direction. You are throwing it in upward direction, but earth force is pulling it in downward direction. So acceleration of the body, acceleration of this body is in downward direction, but because you are throwing it in upward direction, velocity is upward. Therefore V bar is upward and A bar is downward. V bar is upward, A bar is downward. Both are opposite to each other. Therefore, what happens to velocity of the body? Velocity of body decreases. Velocity of the body decreases with respect to time. As time passes on, velocity decreases. For example, initially this velocity, let me consider it as 10 meters per second. As body goes on, 10 will become 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Finally, at this highest point, it becomes 0 meter per second. Right? Now, very, very important point we are going to learn here now. As body is going upward direction, but acceleration is in downward, and that acceleration is always fixed. It is 9.8 meter per second square. When body is on the surface of earth, it is 9.8 meter per second square. When it is going to certain height, whose value generally h less than radius of earth. So a body which is being thrown up, it cannot go for long length. It can be up to 100 meter or 200 meter, not even in kilometers also. So therefore, even at velocity 0, acceleration due to gravity value remains same. This is 10 meter per second square. So when the body is projected upward, its acceleration is 10 meter per second square. And at the highest point also, its value is the same 10 meter per second square. Now at highest point, what is your observation? V is equal to 0, but A not equal to 0. Very, very important conclusion. You should remember this. At the highest point, velocity of the body can be 0, but acceleration cannot be 0. So there comes a situation where velocity of the body can be 0, but acceleration is non-zero. Because here V and A both are in opposite direction to each other. Clear? So in this particular slide, we have learnt very useful information. For body falling down freely, acceleration is downward. Body is also moving in the same direction. Velocity is also moving in the same direction. Therefore, velocity goes on increases with respect to time. Whereas coming to vertically thrown up, when body is thrown up, it has maximum velocity. As it goes up, it decreases to 0, but acceleration due to gravity is opposite to that of velocity. Therefore, V value goes on decreasing. Change in velocity is negative, right? So in this case, delta V is negative. In this case, delta V is positive. Change in velocity is positive in case of downward motion. Change in velocity is negative in case of upward motion. So this is what bodies vertically thrown up and bodies falling down freely. They are under the influence of acceleration due to gravity. So in case of body falling down freely, we will now define few terms related to body falling down freely. And that is very simple. This is surface of the earth. And this body is at some certain height. You are leaving this body at certain height. What will be its initial velocity? 0, because you are not throwing it down, you are just leaving it. As you are leaving it, initial velocity is 0, and acceleration is in which direction? Acceleration is in downward direction. Therefore, what happens to velocity? Goes on increases. Finally, this is not equal to 0. You will have some value when it comes over here. Now it takes some time to touch the ground. Is it not? Body is taking some time to touch the ground, and that time, let me denote it with TD, called as time of descent. It is called as time of descent. So time taken by a freely falling body. Remember that time taken by freely falling body. Freely falling body to touch the ground is nothing but called as time of descent. Now coming to body thrown up. See here we have defined what is meant by time of descent. This part is completed. Time of descent, it is TD. Now in case of body thrown up vertically, this is surface of the earth. And what you are doing? You are throwing a body in upward direction. That means you are not simply leaving, you are giving some velocity to the body. You are applying force on that body and you are pushing it upward. Therefore, initial velocity is not equal to 0. It is some value, 10, 20, 30, whatever it may be. For example, if it is 10 meter per second, it goes on decreases. Acceleration is in which direction? Of course, G is downward. Check it up. Here also G is in downward. Here also G is in downward. We are not changing the direction of G. That is fixed. Always it will be downward. Motion of the body is undergoing change. It can go up or it can fall down. First case it is falling down. Second case it is going up. Now as u not equal to 0, it may be like, for example, if it is 10, when it is going up, 10 will become 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Finally it become 0. Therefore, final velocity is equal to 0. Right? It goes to some certain height, and at this point, what is its velocity? Its velocity is equal to 0. Now it is traveling certain height. Okay. Why it is traveling certain height? Because you are throwing it. Therefore, when you throw a body, it can travel maximum height up to some value. That h is called as maximum height reached by projected body. This is maximum height reached by the projected body, h maximum. And it takes some time for the velocity to become 0 from 10, right? In order to bring it to 0, it is taking some time. That time is called as A, like it is TA, known as time of ascent. It is called as time of ascent. So time taken by the body thrown up to reach maximum height. Remember that to reach maximum height, not to the half of the height or anything like that. To reach its maximum height is called as time of ascent. Time taken by the freely falling body to touch the ground is called as time of descent. Okay, right. Now coming to one more simple example, like one simple case I'll tell you here. This is surface of the earth. Okay, you are throwing a body from initial position. You are throwing it from this position, u not equal to 0. Okay, when you throw this body upward, what would happen? This goes up. it travel to certain height. Okay, it cannot go longer distance from earth surface to moon surface. It cannot go directly because you do not have that much force to push it upward. So maximum it can travel 1 meter, 2 meter, 3 meter, say 1 kilometer, not more than that. After traveling certain distance, definitely it should come to some maximum height, right? And what happens to its velocity? It becomes zero, and then it does not stay there. What would happen? Definitely from here it fall down. It goes to some height, and then from there again it come back to its own position. So when it is again coming back, its velocity is not equal to zero, right? Now, what is the time taken by the body to reach upward? This is time of ascent. What is time taken by the body to fall down? It is called as time of descent. Now, it is starting at position A. However, it is coming to the same position A, right? This is total journey, right? Total journey. Total journey is nothing but upward plus downward motion. Upward it is time of ascent, downward it is time of descent. So for the total journey, it is taking some time, and that time is nothing but time of flight, which is TA plus TD, right? Time of ascent plus time of descent. So one term is time of ascent, another time is time of descent, and another time is time of flight. Equations of motion for a freely falling body. Remember that it is freely falling. I am not pushing it down, or I am not giving any velocity. It is just falling down freely. Let me take an object. This is falling down vertically. It reaches surface of the earth. Its initial velocity is 0, as acceleration due to gravity is in downward direction. Velocity goes on increases. Final velocity is not equal to 0. It is falling down from certain height. Now you are just leaving this object from certain height h. Initial velocity is 0, final velocity is non-zero. We will use these all things in equations of motion. Now first one, we know that v is equal to u plus at. Coming to the final velocity of this freely falling body, that is not equal to 0, which is equal to, what is u? U is 0 plus acceleration, it is in downward direction, g into time taken, that is time of descent. Okay, so therefore velocity v is equal to g into time of descent. This is first equation of motion. Now coming to second equation of motion, we have s is equal to ut plus half at square. Okay, s is nothing but height traveled, and this height traveled I can write it as h, which is equal to, what is initial velocity of the body? 0 plus half, what is a? It is g and t square, and this is t d square. Time of descent, time taken by the body to fall down is time of descent. Now this gives you 2h is equal to g td square. Therefore time of descent is equal to under root 2h divided by g. This is the general expression we will be using for time of descent. Right? So whenever you are getting time of descent, you should just remember that you should use this equation. Time of descent is equal to under root 2h by g. Now coming to the third equation, v square minus u square is equal to 2as. What is final velocity? V square as it is. Initial velocity is 0. It is 2 into acceleration. It is in downward direction, and velocity is also downward. So g positive, and displacement traveled is h. Therefore v square is equal to 2gh. So remember that whenever body is touching the ground, its velocity is proportional to h. Okay, so as you leave the body from greater heights, when it reaches the ground, it gains greater velocities. So v will be equal to under root 2gh. V is proportional to root h, right? So v is final velocity on reaching the ground. Final velocity on reaching the ground, its value can be calculated by this expression under root 2gh. Similarly, we have one more expression, distance traveled by the body in nth second. It is u plus a of n minus 1 by 2. Now, distance traveled in n second will be, what is u? 0. A is acceleration due to gravity and n is time minus 1 by 2. This is one more expression where you can find out distance traveled in different times. Okay, now let me tell you one example. For example, if I consider n is equal to 1, what is Sn? Sn is equal to 2 minus 1, 1 by 2, that is g divided by 2. This is equal to 2 minus 1 is 1 by 2. This is 5 meter. Similarly, for example, if n is equal to 2, distance traveled in n second will be equal to, right? That means in second it will be g value as it is 10. You can round it off to 10. 2 is 4, 4 minus 1 is 3. 3g divided by 2. This is equal to 5 3 is 15 meter. Okay. So remember, distance traveled by the body in different time are different. It means that, for example, body is starting from this position. In first second, it travel a distance of 1 meter. Like say here I am considering in first second it is traveling 5 meter. And in the next second, it take different displacement. In the second, how much distance it is traveling? 15 meter. Okay. And in the next second, how much distance it travels? Still more than that. In the third second, it travels still much greater. Therefore, distance traveled by the body in different times, they are not equal. They are different. In first second, it travel less distance. Second it travel more distance. Third second still increases. Therefore, the ratio of distances traveled by the body in nth seconds goes on increases with respect to time, and that will be usually n first second is to distance traveled in first second is to distance traveled in second is to distance traveled in third second, so on, is equal to first second how much it is 5, second it is 15, right? 5 3 is 15, so it will be 1 is to 3 is to 5 is to 7 is to so on. Very important conclusion. Similarly, first second how much length it is traveling? 5 meter. In first 2 seconds how much it is traveling? 15 plus 5, 20 meter it is traveling. Okay. And in first 3 seconds how much distance it will be traveling? 5 meter plus 15 meter plus next distance it will be 25 meter. So 25 plus 20, 45 meter. Therefore, distance traveled by the body in 1 second is to 2 second is to 3 second is equal to 1 is to 2 square is to 3 square is to so on. Right? So these are the two conclusions you need to remember. This is first one, and this is the second one. Remember that distance traveled by the body in successive seconds are in the ratio odd numbers, 1 is to 3 is to 5 is to 7. Distance traveled by the body in individual seconds, it is 1 is to 3 is to 5 is to 7. So distance traveled in the total seconds of 1 2 3 so on, that is 1 is to 2 square is to 3 square plus is to 4 square plus so on. That is the final conclusion. Let us consider a body is being thrown up. If it is being thrown up, in order to go to certain height, initial velocity you need to provide it, therefore u not equal to 0. It goes to maximum height and finally its velocity becomes 0 by traveling some h maximum. And body is traveling in which direction? Upward. Acceleration due to gravity is in which direction? Downward. Therefore, here velocity is opposite to that of acceleration due to gravity, right? V bar and G bar are opposite to each other. Okay. Now, important thing is, if V is taken as positive, then G is taken as negative, because both are in opposite direction. V if I take positive, G you should take negative. Similarly, for example, if V you are taking negative, then G you should take it as positive. This is very important thing you should understand. Right? Now, for our simplicity, I don't want to make it more confused, because in your lower sections you will be taking acceleration due to gravity in downward direction positive. When body is thrown up, you will be taking acceleration due to gravity negative. That is negative because velocity direction you are considering it as positive. So remember that we are considering that V is positive. If V bar is positive, then G is negative. Considering this, we will now use the expressions and we will solve equations of motion. Now, what is first equation of motion? First equation of motion we have, it is V is equal to U plus AT. If V is equal to U plus AT, initially body is being given some velocity, right? U not equal to 0. Finally, when it come to this position, its velocity is becoming 0. Therefore, what is V? V is equal to 0. This is equal. What about U? Not equal to 0. And A, what you are doing here? V you are taking positive. G you should take negative. Therefore, it is minus G. And what is time taken by the body to travel upward? It is time of ascent. Therefore, here you can write time of ascent as U divided by G. This is very important conclusion. So from first equation of motion, we have derived equation for time of ascent, that is U by Z. And remember that here you are taking G as negative for body thrown up. And coming to next equation of motion, S is equal to ut plus half at square. What is distance traveled? S is nothing but the total maximum height reached by the body in this case. Therefore, it is h maximum is equal to, what is initial velocity? Non-zero. It is u, and time of ascent minus, why I am taking minus here? Because G value I am taking it as negative, so I took minus here. Minus of G into time of ascent whole square. This is second equation of motion, right? Now coming to third equation of motion, we have V square minus U square is equal to 2AS. Substitute these all parameters in this above equation. What will be final velocity? 0 minus. What is initial velocity? U square is equal to 2 into. What about acceleration? You are taking it negative, minus G. How much distance it is traveling? H maximum. Right. Now, from this above expression, you can write minus U square is equal to minus 2G H maximum. Negative sign gets cancelled. Therefore, H maximum is equal to U square divided by 2G. Okay. From this expression, you can write h maximum is directly proportional to square of the initial velocity. Or even you can write h1 divided by h2 is equal to u1 square divided by u2 square. That means if two bodies are being thrown with different velocities, it travels different heights. If you want to take ratio of those heights traveled, it is h1 by h2, which is u1 square divided by u2 square. This is maximum height reached by the body, u square divided by 2g. Clear? And this is third equation of motion. So in this part, we have conclusions. The first conclusion is that time of ascent is equal to u by g. This is one equation, you need to by heart it. And another equation is h maximum. And this h maximum can be written as u square by 2g. This is the second expression. And previously, we have learnt time of descent is equal to under root 2h by g. This is one more expression you need to remember. And see here, time of ascent and time of descent, in this case, you have got different formulas. So whenever you want to find out time of flight, what do you write? Simply you can write it as u by g plus under root 2h by g. This is valid everywhere. Okay. These are the important expressions. And one more thing, final velocity is equal to 2gh. When the body is falling down freely, final velocity gained by the body is equal to 2gh. So those which I have written with red ink, you need to by heart them for solving problems.